Hey guys, it's Kelly. Welcome back to my channel. Now, in some recent videos, I've been talking about some different Cica creams, and I've been getting a lot of questions, not just about the specific products, but also just about Cica creams in general. So I thought it'd be a really good opportunity to do a dedicated video about Cica creams, especially with the upcoming fall and winter season. It is such a good idea to have a trusty Cica cream on hand. So what is a Cica cream? I think this is a question a lot of us have. Cica creams, really, you want to consider them like an anti-irritation cream that harnesses the power of Centella, calming and soothing for the skin. Really, the traditional uses for a Cica cream are for areas of irritation on the skin. If you have a really sensitive skin, if you're getting like redness on the skin, a Cica cream can really help, and it can even be used as a full face moisturizer. But some more lesser known uses for Cica cream include using it like an anti-irritation sleeping pack, putting it on top of your moisturizer before you go to bed. It can also be used for acne and pimples because they have really good anti-redness and anti-inflammation benefits, really help heal up that acne in a gentle manner. And, you know, Cica creams don't just have to stay on the face. They can be used for things like cuts and burns. I even use it for razor burn to calm down that area after shaving. So they're so multi-purpose. They are so useful to have on hand. And they are so different. Yeah, no two Cica creams seem to be alike. So today I want to talk about 6 different Cica creams that have different benefits, different results, and different textures that are going to serve all different kinds of skin. So if you're still ready to find out about 6 Cica creams I really love, give the video a big thumbs up and let's get started. Skin and Lab Medicica Calming Cream. So for each and every one of these creams, I'm going to be doing a Suntala check. Oh yes. So in this Skin and Lab cream, we have Suntala extract. Now, just a quick word about Suntala's benefits. You know, it is a really great anti-inflammation ingredient. It really calms and soothes the skin. It can help with things like acne, redness, irritation on the skin. It can even help with eczema. And Suntala has been used for centuries as a wound healer. So it can help with things like burns and scars. It can really help regenerate the skin and make it stronger. What's really unique about Suntala as well is that it works really effectively even in low concentrations. So you don't need a ton of Suntala to feel and see the benefits. It works really effectively. And fun fact, Suntala also has some great anti-aging benefits to it as well. So it's a very well-rounded ingredient, very gentle on the skin, and pretty much everybody can benefit from a little Suntala in their lives. Now, those of you who go in deep with Suntala know it's not just Suntala extract alone. Yeah, there are different ways to get Cica into your products, including the 4 biologically active compounds found in Suntala. Wait, what? There's 4 other ingredients we need to know about? Yes. Now, inside of the Suntala plant, there are 4 compounds that are primarily responsible for all the skincare benefits we get from Suntala. So when you use Suntala extract, you naturally will have these 4 different compounds in the product. But you can use the different compounds separately or in addition to the extract to really oomph up the benefits, if you will. So what are these 4 compounds? Well, one is madecassoside and the second is madecassic acid. Now, madecassoside, this is the compound that is primarily responsible for the anti-irritation and soothing effect. It is powerful for calming down the skin, and that is the same for madecassic acid, just in slightly lesser amounts with madecassic acid. Now, aziaticide and aziatic acid, primarily the benefits for anti-aging that Suntala has. Yeah, Suntala is actually a really great anti-aging benefit. It can actually help stimulate a little collagen production on the skin, which is awesome. This is also primarily the compound that is going to bring a lot of the hydrating effects of Suntala. So what's really exciting about this Skin and Lab cream is it's using Suntala extract and all 4 biologically active compounds of Suntala. What's interesting is when you spread it across your skin, you might see some little tiny green flecks, and these are actually capsules of the Suntala. Now, whenever a product is using these types of capsules, it is going to be doing two things. It's going to keep the ingredient very fresh and very effective for your skin, keeping it encapsulated until the moment that you apply it to your skin. And it is also meant to help get those ingredients a little bit deeper into your skin. The texture is incredibly light. It actually has this really nice kind of hydrating feel on the skin with just a whisper of moisture and occlusivity. But this is actually the lightest Cica cream on this list. So I'm really impressed with this cream. You know, it's actually one of the more affordable creams on this list. It's very inexpensive, a little bit under $15 for this one, I believe, and it works so well. You know, I mean, I think this really shines in two areas. It really helps with redness. It really reduces redness very quickly, and it's amazing for acne. I think it's two things with that, because it really reduces the redness and the swelling associated like with pimples, and it really just kind of helps speed up the healing process. But because the texture is just so light and breathable, it's really easy to kind of add this in as like a little acne treatment without having to like switch over your entire skincare routine, if that makes sense. So I love it. It's so gentle on the skin. You know, I really do think that this cream is going to be best for oily skin types because of the texture. It's really the lightest Cica cream on this list. It is so light, it's so breathable, just a whisper of moisture. This is not an oppressive or super occlusive cream at all. And I think those who have acne prone skin and really like Suntala products for acne, this is probably the best one for acne. Iope Derma Repair Cica Cream. Now this has an alternative name in like the Western market. It's also known as the Derma Gentle Cica Cream. So it can kind of go by two different names, but it is the exact same product. So Suntala Check, right? Like what do we have here? So we have Madecassicide. Now remember, that is the compound in Suntala most responsible for anti-irritation and soothing. So it's always a nice one to see on the list. But there's nothing else. There's no other Suntala in this cream. So it is, at first it feels a little bit disappointing, like show me the Suntala, right? Remembering that Madecassicide is a very powerful ingredient, and also remembering that skincare products aren't just about isolated ingredients alone, but it's about how the formula works together. Let's look little bit further here. So we also have some other really interesting goodies, including panthenol. Now panthenol, very barrier supportive humectant ingredient, really helps your skin hold on to hydration, and it does have a really good soothing effect. Another anti-irritation ingredient here is allantoin. It's really good for wound healing as well. And we also have cypress extract. Now this has some great calming benefits for the skin. And just kind of anecdotally, you know, I find that cypress extract happens to be in some of my favorite anti-irritation products, really calming and soothing products that my skin just loves. Cypress extract happens to be in those products. So it is always kind of like when you can make those connections between products that you really like and ingredients, it is very helpful. Some of you guys may recall from past videos, this is really one of my favorite Cica creams, and it really comes down to two things. Number one, it works so fast on my skin. That ingredients list, you know, on paper, not super exciting. I will admit, looking at it, I'm like, I didn't get excited about it at all. But when I put it on my skin, something really great happens, because it brings a lot of immediate relief to my irritated skin. It really is a combination of factors. You know, it's got the Madecassicide, which is super powerful. As I mentioned, you know, I have made a link between cypress extract and other products, and this product working really well to calm down my skin. So there's a little secret, you know, combination for my individual skin. But because this texture is a lot more emollient and moisturizing for me personally, it really fits the bill. It moisturizes and soothes my skin, calms it, protects it, and really brings relief fast. Maybe the redness reduction abilities and the anti-acne abilities on this one are a little bit lesser, but if you do really have sensitive skin, this is a very minimal ingredients list. Sensitive skin, if you suffer from a lot of irritation associated with dryness or dehydration, you know, this is really going to be the one that is going to shine for you. I really recommend this for more combination skin all the way up to dry skin. Misha Near Skin Madecanol Cream. So, Cica Check. We have Suntala Extract construct as the first ingredient, and we also have Madecassicide. Now the name Madecanol is totally made up, right? This is actually a combination of two ingredients, Madecassicide and panthenol, which we talked about in the Iope Cream. Panthenol is so good. It hydrates the skin, but it also soothes and calms the skin. It's very barrier supportive. Other notable ingredients here that I noticed, Mugwort, which is actually very similar to Suntala in its ability to soothe inflamed skin. And this also contains niacinamide. Now the texture is very different than the other creams we've talked about, because this is actually a little bit more ointment-like. It's what I call an ointment type texture, because as you spread this, you're gonna notice it's much thicker. And this isn't a cream that is emollient, but it actually is very occlusive. As you spread this across the skin, it creates this wonderful protective barrier on the skin. It leaves your skin really conditioned and soft at the top, but it's not greasy. It's not rich at the top. Now that occlusive texture really lends itself well to being used as a sleeping pack. Now some people will really like a very occlusive full face moisturizer. They'll love this texture. My personal skin really craves emolliency. It craves that moisture and nourishment in a moisturizer. But I really reach for sleeping packs to put on top of my moisturizer when my skin is going through a lot of dehydration. When I'm just losing too much water from my skin at night as I sleep, I reach for this as a sleeping pack, and it really does the job because, as I said, it really locks it down and creates that protective layer. So it's great as a sleeping pack. Plus, with all of those, soothing ingredients, all the Suntala, the Madecassicide, it's excellent because when I lose water through my skin gets quite irritated. So it's like a 2-in-1 for me personally. I also really like that protective occlusivity when I put it on little areas like with cuts or burns. It really does protect the skin. It really hugs the skin. So this has so many different uses. The texture is a little bit more unique, but it's actually very handy in my opinion. And this is one of the more affordable creams on this list. Definitely under $15. I've gotten this like $7, $10. I mean, it's insanely good deal, and it's an insanely good formulation. It just works really, really fast to calm and soothe the skin very quickly. I'm really going to recommend this one based on the texture, right, for more combination to dry skin, but especially if you like to use Cica creams on cuts and burns, obviously it's going to work for everybody. Now, speaking of Mugwort, which we found in the Misha cream, Mugwort is a really great soothing anti-inflammation ingredient, just like Suntala. I wanted to make an honorable mention to the Isntree Spot Saver Mugwort cream. And Mugwort, I find, seems to really excel in the areas of reducing redness and inflammation. Different strokes for different folks. Like some people will really, their skin will super respond to Mugwort. Some people will super respond to Suntala. Some people will respond to both. This is a cream that just spreads so beautifully across the skin. It gives this really refreshing and cooling, hydrating effect. But then once it absorbs in the skin, which is very quickly, by the way, it just leaves this whisper of balancing moisture that's not greasy, it's not sticky, it's not tacky, it's not shiny. It's actually a really ideal type of cream texture for oily skin types because it's just that light balancing moisture without it being too heavy. Now this is really going to work and function just like any other Cica cream that we talked about, but where this one shines is obviously it's using an alternative ingredient here, Mugwort, but I find that it's really good at reducing redness. I've actually used this a lot on inflamed bug bites. As I said, my skin's super sensitive, and if I get bitten by mosquitoes, my skin gets super swollen and like nasty red, like so red and so discolored that in a couple of days that area that was super like blood red, it turns purple. It's really messed up, guys. I've used this on bug bites right after I've gotten it, and it really does reduce the severity of the redness. It really does reduce the severity of the swelling. So I really can speak for its anti-irritation and anti-inflammation abilities, and its anti-redness is really, really good in such a pleasing, almost airy type of texture. Speaking of Isntree, if Mugwort isn't quite your speed, we do have a Suntala cream from Isntree. This is their Cica Relief Cream. I really want to single out the fact that this cream is super unique on this list because this cream is really, really highlighting the anti-aging benefits of of Suntala. So Cica Check. We have Suntala extract as well as aziaticide. Now, if you remember from the beginning, aziaticide is one of the 4 biologically active compounds in Suntala that is most responsible for anti-aging benefits. It does have the ability to kind of help stimulate some collagen production on your skin, helping to keep the skin youthful, firm, elastic, and help fight fine lines and wrinkles. But it's not just the aziaticide alone that is bringing the anti-aging benefits to this cream. We have a whole host of peptides here. Yeah, I told you this is a super unique cream. I love peptides, and there are juicy peptides in this cream. So we have EGF. This is really well known for helping skin regenerate. It's got good wound healing abilities. This also includes a peptide called acetylhexapeptide 8. This is also known as the Botox peptide because it can really give a very quick and visible effect on the skin for lifting and firming the skin. The one thing that I always say about this peptide that I think is good to know, it's not a bad thing, but it's just something to understand about this peptide, is that it's temporary, meaning that firm and lifted effect that you're getting from acetylhexapeptide 8 will stop when you stop using the product, including this peptide. We also have here, yes, there's more. We also have palmitoyl tripeptide 1. Now, this is a really interesting peptide because the way that this behaves on the skin is super interesting. It basically tricks your skin into thinking that collagen has broken down and signals to your skin to create some more. So it stimulates that collagen on the skin. This also includes copper tripeptide 1, which is a peptide I rave about a lot. I mean, it really is one of the best studied peptides, especially when it comes to its anti-aging benefits. It really does help stimulate collagen production on the skin. Plus, it helps improve the look of existing fine lines and wrinkles. And copper tripeptide, it does have a skin repairing effect. So it is good if you have irritated skin or you need that wound healing ability. Copper tripeptide also brings those benefits as well. So the texture is super buttery, emollient, nourishing, moisturizing. Yeah. But you know what? It's actually still a very medium weight type of cream. It's not super heavy, and it has a nice occlusivity to it, a medium occlusivity. There's a little richness, just a touch of shininess at the top of the skin. I love this as a moisturizer. You know, it's everything in that texture. It's everything that I look for in a moisturizer. My skin absolutely adores this cream, but I will admit it's a little less multi-purpose than the other Cica creams that we've talked about. And in fact, this is not something that I'm reaching for cuts, burns, razor burns, bug bites, scratches, things like that. I don't even think about this cream in that way. I really just consider this like an anti-irritation moisturizer. That's really how I personally treat it, and that's how I think the texture and the ingredients in the formulation really work the best, because it really does moisturize and nourish the skin, but it does have that calming ability. The anti-redness, the like anti kind of like swelling and inflammation benefits on this one are just a little bit less in comparison to the others. But with all those wonderful peptides, with all that calming Suntala, I love this as a full face moisturizer, especially for sensitive skin, especially for dry skin that can get really irritated from the lack of moisture. This is your type of Cica cream, you know what I'm saying? So I really am going to recommend this one for dry skin because of that real buttery texture. But those of you who are more combination like me, but you're a nourishment seeker, you love that emolliency on your skin, right? This is actually going to still work really nicely for your skin type too because it's not super duper heavy. Keep Cool and Soothe Phyto Green Pear Cream Suntala Check. We've got Suntala extract, aziaticide, aziatic acid, and madecassic acid. Other notable ingredients here: shea butter, panthenol, cypress extract, and this also contains bamboo extract. So the texture and experience of applying this cream is super bizarre. It really is, and not in a bad way, but it will just keep playing mind games with you, because the first thing that happens when you get this out of the tube, especially if you've never seen like pictures of this or anything, the texture, you're gonna think something's wrong with it because it comes out kind of chunky. But as you kind of spread this across your skin, you know, the heat of your fingers will kind of warm it up a little bit, and it does then smooth out into what looks like a very nourishing and moisturizing type of cream. You're expecting moisture, but what you actually feel is hydration. cooling, watery hydration. It's like when your skin is super hot, like on a hot day, you put cold water on it and it just has that refreshing feel. That's how this feels on the skin. Strange, right? So cooling and refreshing on the skin, but once it absorbs into your skin, then it goes back to that moisturizing feel. Go figure, right? It's got this nice moisturizing and balancing feel on the skin. Not super heavy. I would say it's in between light. I don't want to call it like a light cream. I don't want to call it a medium weight cream either. It's just like kind of nicely in the middle of those two. If there was an in between, that's where this cream would be. Where this product stands out on this entire like list of Cica creams, right? Like what makes this one more unique? For me, it's that cooling, refreshing, hydrating feel. It's amazing for overheated skin. You know, if you spent too much time outside, out in the sun all day long, you know, you have really heated skin. After sun care, this is perfect for that. But I've also found, you know, in our new normal, right, we're encountering a lot of different skin concerns than we used to. And something that is my main skin concern recently is wearing a mask. You know, I get super hot and sweaty under my mask. It's like kind of gross and embarrassing when you take your mask off and you just have like all this sweat on your lip and your chin. It's like rolling down. It's disgusting. And my skin gets so heated and so hot and super irritated. And this cream is amazing for that because it brings a lot of irritation relief really quickly to the skin. This is a very fast acting cream in my personal experience, but because it also brings that cooling and refreshing feel to the skin, it's like it's a 2-in-1 for me personally. Like cooling down overheated skin and bringing that deeper anti-irritation relief. You know, I can see this working for a lot of different skin types because even though it brings moisture into the skin, it does come in a lighter kind of feel. So even combination leaning more on the oily side, I think that this is going to work nicely for you. Combination dry, you're going to like this too. If you're like real classically dry skinned, I don't think it'll be enough as a full face moisturizer, but you're gonna like the moisture that it brings into your skin in combination with your moisturizer. But I think this particularly is going to shine for dehydrated skin, super irritated and sensitive skin. I think that's where this one really does shine. Whew, that was an epic video. I want to do a quick recap because that might be a lot of information. That might be a little bit TLDR, like too long didn't read, right? Too long didn't watch. So I just want to like quickly recap these products for you. The Skin and Lab Medicica Cream. This is going to be best for oily skin types and combination, and especially those of you who are acne prone. The Iope Cream. This is really good if you're like more combination skin, and it's also super good for dehydrated and irritated skin. The Misha Madecanol Cream. This is really going to be good for combination to dry skin, and it's a very occlusive, protective type of cream. Isntree Mugwort Cream. This is really going to be for those of you who prefer Mugwort, a really great light moisturizer for oily skin types. And remember, this has really good redness reduction abilities. The Isntree Cica Cream. This is going to be for more dry skin types. It's a very nourishing cream that has a ton of anti-aging benefits and a lot of really wonderful peptides. Keep cool. It's really going to be good for combination skin, and it brings a really beautiful cooling and refreshing feel to overheated skin with fast anti-irritation results. So I'm curious, are you guys on the Cica train? Are you using Suntala based products or Cica creams in your skincare routine right now? Let me know in the comment box below. If the video was helpful for you, but you haven't hit subscribe yet, please consider subscribing to my channel. I release 2 new Korean skincare focused videos every single week. Turn on those notifications so you're never out of the loop when the new video drops. I can't wait to see you guys in the next video. I hope you are healthy, happy, and safe, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.